What up, what up, what up? You already know this is another episode of Oshin's View. I'm your host, Oshin, here with Willie Negro in the building.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
It's been a lot going on in the news. Like this is a rare occasion where it's just so much to talk about that it's like you have to leave some things out. You have to leave some things out because it's like, you know what? I'm going to wait till next week. We can talk about that later because it's still going to be an issue come next week.
Yeah, so let's get right to it. Let's run down the list, man. We got what we got on here? We got a video. Where the chicks say strong men date women who mess with a lot of chicks. Let me get into the video.
Play that beautiful bean footage.
Walk into a bar and you done 17 at the bar. It'll take a strong individual to be like, you know what, babe, you're mine now.
Actually, I would say a very weak individual, because a man that would take the woman that has a higher body count, he's actually insecure because he doesn't have a lot of options. Competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to confidence. And when we got that confidence, right, and we accomplish some things, then we have options. And then we have an abundance mindset. And we have the ability to be intolerant of female inadequacies. So females tend to always speak about, right, of certain males that tolerate poor behavior and whole behavior from these promiscuous women. Those are the males that don't have the ability to be intolerant of those females' inadequacies. You feel what I'm saying? A man that has the ability, that works on themselves, he's not dating a chick that's going to be smacking him in Walmart. He's not going to be dating a girl that's twerking. He's not going to be dating a girl that's out at the club all the time. He's going to be dating that girl that's chilling, not doing too much.
He's not.
Pure.
So, well, it's a few things to unpack with that whole clip.
Okay.
First off, you can go both ways. I kind of get an idea of what the woman is trying to say. I don't particularly agree with it because this is the problem that I have with what she said. She said the man that can walk in with the chick that pretty much smashed all the homies and she's got a body count inside the place they at. Dudes don't purposely go after a chick that they openly know is smashing and dashing everything that's moving. Now, a lot of women to say, well, you don't know that. Yes, they are. There's some truth there. Okay, in terms of this. If a dude is openly trying to deal with the chick that's smashing everybody, it's because he's trying to smash too. He's just trying to become a number on it, but I don't believe he's taking it serious. Now, I've heard otherwise from these kind of women that actually rip and run, and they be like, nah, these dudes is dealing with me. They blowing up my phone. They texting me. So I'm going to leave that door open for women to have the right to say that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know dudes that are purposely looking for the chick that's smashing everybody and taking them serious. Now, can you find out that this chick is smashing everybody? That's happened before.
Okay.
That's happened.
So what if you find out that the chick was smashing everybody and you stay with her? So from her point of view, that makes you a strong man to stay with that chick that you know was smashing and dashing and crashing out here. And his perspective is that actually makes you a weak man because that means that you don't have options. That's kind of what he was saying.
There's truth there because once again, if you dealing with a woman that's actually, you know how she's moving out here, you can't really walk around with her. You can't show your face. So I don't really personally see how you're gonna be dating her or doing things because first off, let's just talk about it from its elementary state. Nobody wants to look silly walking around with somebody.
Right.
Let's just and that's women included too. They don't want to be, they may want to be with the popular dude, but it can't be the dude that's openly known for knocking them down and you the one still with them because your reputation precedes you. You see what I'm saying? Like that. And Your past can be your past, but that's the thing about having the past. I always say you can have a past, but is it checkered? That's the difference.
Yeah.
Is it checkered? And checkered could basically be up for interpretation depending on who's hearing how you've been moving. You see what I'm saying? So take the woman or dude, I'm trying to be as fair as possible, that been knocking them down on all accounts, but they moved to another state or city.
Yeah.
Fresh start. Fresh start. See, but the thing about it is this, and a lot of fresh starts are given in these situations, but I kind of feel you are who you are, and it's going to come out at some point, and it's going to spill out too.
I feel that too, but people live though at a certain age. You know, you out here living. You know what I mean? Like, you know, as men, we we rip and run, and then we slow down. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't keep just ripping. Some niggas do, but most men don't just keep ripping and running and going. At a certain age, at a certain time, you kind of slow down and you want different things in life. I believe it to be the same for some women. You know, sometimes you ripping and running, but at a certain age or a certain time in your life, you want to slow down, get a little more stable, get a little more settled. What do you say to the woman that says this? That says, well, what if that man likes that woman and likes certain freaky qualities about her, and she lets him be him, so he doesn't mind her checkered past? And so I guess what she was trying to say is that makes him a strong man, because it's not about what everybody else thinks. It's about our relationship. I like what she do for me. She let me be a man. I can do what I want to do. I don't mind if she had a checkered past. It's a lot of dudes, especially a lot of dudes with money. And with money comes options. That settled down with a lot of chicks that used to be promiscuous, or strippers, chicks that everybody seen naked and stuff like that. I don't necessarily think that makes them a weak man.
I don't think they're weak, but I would say a wise man told me this before, but I don't know how wise this nigga is. But wise man told me before, nobody can define your relationship.
Okay.
And my thing is, those words can't be any truer, because it's basically what you said with that. And it's like, sometimes you're going to run across somebody that has qualities that you love about them. And you're right, the past is going to be checkered. But it's kind of also how you carry yourself as well as the woman. Because, for example, if you're out with a woman that has this checkered past, and dudes feel that they can just walk up to her and smack her on the ass.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
crazy. That's crazy, and it makes you look crazier too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Puts you in funny positions.
Right.
Now, dudes is going to be dudes. A lot of dudes out here is jerks, cowards, corny, anything you want to say. But at the end of the day, I do believe men respect men.
Yeah.
So if you are one of the guys that's out here and you like, you know what? She got a checkered past, but so do I. We rocking though. We rocking right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And you don't have to be like, well, I don't have to explain my situation to you.
Right.
Because, we can always, it's almost like you can't please everybody.
Right.
Because you're going to find some people that's going to stamp it and say, nah, that's cool. He's grown, he's about it, and he went about it. Then you're going to have some people over here that's going to be like, he's stupid. So you can't, it's what you have to do to please this person isn't the same thing you have to do to please this person. So it's never going to happen. So I don't really want to call them weak for doing it.
Right.
I can say weak if the woman doesn't respect you.
Right.
Because it's a lot deeper than what because he didn't allow you to do those things. This is your body, this is who you are. He didn't allow anything.
You make a good point, because I always, so you made me think about the Instagram model chicks. You can always tell when they in a relationship because the pictures change. They go from the thong bikini to the workout pictures all the time. Now they posting their kids and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like, and it's almost like, yo, what happened? You know what I mean? You must be in a relationship. And to me, that's out of respect for their man. They still gotta post. They probably it's probably some monetary gain in them posting, and they still might gotta poke their ass out a little bit, but it's a little less naked, a little more left for imagination and up to interpretation when they have a man. On the flip side of that, you can always tell when they single again. The pictures get a little more scandalous and stuff like that. So I don't think, to your point, as long as your woman is respecting you and y'all got that clear communication on your boundaries and her boundaries, I don't think that makes you a weak. I don't think that makes you a weak man. And contrary to what he was saying, I don't think it makes you a weak man to date the woman who used to be promiscuous or used to be naked in front of all the guys or stuff like that. As long as she open about it and she respects you and y'all define your relationship.
Because I used to hear, because I'm not really a big strip club person.
Right.
I'm not really a big strip club person. Even like, in my younger years and stuff, I've had my fun, but I'm not the person that I rarely have ever suggested when it's time to go out, let's go to the strip club. So so I'm just clearing that up on how that goes. So I used to, I would be in there, I'm throwing my singles, sometimes my fives, whatever. And I would hear strippers be like, yeah, my boyfriend. And it used to blow my mind. I was like, you have a boyfriend? And he's cool with this shit? So in my mind, it used to definitely be on some more, and this was ignorance. I was like, oh, this nigga must be on some pimp shit. Because is no way, because my mind wouldn't wrap around the fact, this is my girlfriend, and she's a stripper, she's taking off her clothes, she's dancing, giving lap dances, but this is the lady that I'm laying up with at nighttime when it's all said and done, or whatever. And this is not me knowing the guy's situation, whether he's getting money from her or he's not, maybe he's up. But I couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that, so you actually have somebody that's claiming you as their significant other. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So
today, could you see like yourself like dating a stripper?
I know me. I'm a Scorpio. One of our worst traits is jealousy. With that being said, no. Because I just know that I can't handle it to a point.
Right.
And if that makes me weak, then that makes me weak. But now, can I deal with a stripper in arm's length? Like, look here. Let's go out and have a good time. Continue to be fun how you are. And by fun, I don't even mean just sex. Right. She might just be a fun person. You know what I'm saying? Good conversation. She's funny. We always enjoy ourselves with each other. We can do some things like that. Right. But I think in my mind, the ceiling already gets put up. Like, I already know how far I'm going with it. Regardless of what we're doing or what kind of good time we're having, I'm like, the ceiling's right there. Right. I'm not touching it. I may hit my head on the ceiling, but I'm not going to bust through. I'm not going to go through to it. Yeah.
I could see. Of course, I'm married now, but if I was saying, I could see myself dating a chick who, or dealing with a chick who was a stripper, but currently stripping. I just don't.
Okay, so you didn't ask me that.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me that. You said because currently is one thing. Yeah. But currently is one thing, but it passed. Okay, if you pass,
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, so if you pass,
but
I'm
kind of with you, like on the like. I don't know. It just wouldn't sit right with me. We chilling watching, Law and Order, and then you like, all right, I'm about to go to work, and then you just be naked and people.
That's what I'm saying. Weird. Yeah, I don't. When it comes to insecurities, I believe a lot of people have them, regardless. Yeah. But I don't think I'm secure enough to have a current woman that's actually stripping. So, like, I put it out there because it has to be said, because I don't want people looking saying, because it's like, I don't want to be looking always for a caveat to get around something. No, I'm not secure enough. And the guys that are, that's just where they might be mightily secure at. Because I know some guys that go for a lot of things when it comes to women, but some of the things that they're insecure about, I look at them like, word? You insecure about that? But you can sit up in there and watch your girl, you know what I'm saying, do all this kind of wild shit, but you're insecure about that. So I want to close that part out with, no way should anybody ever look down on somebody's insecurity.
Right.
Because what they're insecure about may not be what you're insecure about. And what you're insecure about, they might look at that like, that's nothing, I can live with that.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's all about respect. And speaking of respect, somebody whose family lost respect for him is Russell Simmons.
What the hell is going on?
So apparently Kimora Lee Simmons, or whatever her last name is now, she's been married a couple of times after him, I believe, made a post, and basically her post is like, oh, he's a bad man, bad individual, just leave us alone. And this was in response to her daughter, who's also grown, she's 20-something.
Like 22. How do you pronounce the name? It's like Aiko.
Listen, man, don't start me.
Aiko. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So,
her.
Yeah, she posted, she made some posts crying and saying, you know, her dad was a mean man. And then she posted a video of him kind of cussing her out, but with no sound. You know what I mean?
So we don't even know if he was cussing out.
Nah, he was mad at something. You know, I don't know. He was mad at something.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just looked at it like, it's two ways to look at it. One is Russell Simmons is Russell Simmons, and he's always been this way. So yeah, he cusses people out. That's what he did. Like I just feel like, yeah, it might have been rough growing up with Russell Simmons as your pop, because he's a rough individual. He also made a way for you to have a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? I believe that is love there too. Russell was kind of bitter because, in his estimation, Kimora took all his money in the divorce. She took mad bread. Like, he was on his road to be a billionaire, and then he wasn't after that divorce.
Oh, so that's what happened. So what is she talking about when he was like, I don't have it? Because I looked up his net worth. They said he's still worth like $375 million.
Right. But when you see $375 million, when you're on the verge to being a billionaire, is a little different. You know what I mean? And I think he lives in Bali now or something like that. And, you know, the cost of living in Bali he's still living like a king. But the cost of living in Bali is significantly lower than it is in America. But you know, I don't know what their gripe is with him. All I know is when his daughter was on there crying, it seemed genuine. It seemed like she was bothered by him, and they both saying, I don't like Kimora telling her father to leave her alone. It's weird. I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me. Telling a father to leave their child alone is weird to me.
They're saying he was abusive. So I'm listening to the clip. I'm watching the thing.
How though? Abusive how?
That's what I'm getting at. So the thing was that he's abusive, clearly verbally.
Right.
But I think they threw a hint of physically too. They tried to throw interpolations of that a little bit. So I can't speak on it because it's not,
but I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that.
That she put that narrative out there?
Because he has allegations against him, right?
Yes.
And Kimora clearly was defending him when those allegations was out. Mm-hmm. She clearly defended him. Like, nah, I ain't see none of that. That ain't happened. None of that.
His sexual
yes.
So he was on his Harvey Weinstein, because I know that was his crew.
Yeah, they had some Me Too stuff going on with him, saying that he was, sexual misconduct, inappropriate with some women. That's very vague. Sexual misconduct, being inappropriate is very vague. So I don't know exactly what he was accused of, but Kimora was defending him. So my thing is this: if he was physically abusive, you can say that. If he wasn't, don't hint around that.
Don't hint at it.
You see what I'm saying? If he was, and why now after 30 years? You know what I mean? Like it's you know what I mean? Like I don't know. But if he was physically abusive, like say that.
My thing is this: when they talk about like sexual misconduct and everything, these stories aren't always made up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to condemn them for nothing at that, but this just powerful men. I have a thing about entitled behavior. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel that if you have entitled behavior, you don't just get entitled behavior based off anything. It's based off of actually being entitled and having things go your way and things like that. I'm talking about for long periods of time. Right. For example, I didn't work or anything through college.
Right.
I didn't even pay no bills. I didn't pay any bills with my off-campus housing and everything. I had a certain level of entitlement in terms of because all my bills went back to New York. I never even seen, so all the years I lived off campus, I never even seen my bills because they were always forwarded to New York and they were just paid.
Right.
So I'm up here, I would go into people's, just follow me, I would go into people's apartments. They'd be like, yo, don't forget to cut the air off. I don't see the bill. So you come to my crib when it's hot, you like, oh, it's cool in here.
Yeah.
Because my funky ass done left the air on the whole time when I'm not there. Because in my mind, when I come in here, it better be cool. In the wintertime, when I walk in here, it better be warm. We ain't warming up. Had a certain level of entitlement. And that's at my level. I don't know how I would have been with 500s of millions. You see, like that. You like to think that you would be the same way, but when it comes to this sexual misconduct, powerful women love powerful men.
Yes.
And I'm being kid glove how I'm saying this because you're dealing with these powerful men. You're not the only woman that's trying to deal with these powerful men. So you're gonna have to do things to separate yourself. Or at least get into the graces. No is no. I get it.
Right.
But when you're in these industries, and these are people that can press the button on where your life and career can go, these men feel entitled to the things that you have to be subjected to. So with Russell doing all that stuff, it's not a pass, but it's like there's validity to it.
Yes,
there's validity to it.
But the question becomes, what is misconduct and what is inappropriate? So if I'm partying with you all night and then I get you back to just somewhere where we alone and I say, look, are we fucking or not? Is that inappropriate? Is that misconduct? That
actually sounds more permissible. Like,
no, but
asking
okay.
Permission.
So if I ask you this from a place of power, you see what I'm saying? It can be misconstrued as if I say, "Listen, are we fucking or not?" What does that actually mean, as opposed to what I actually said? You see what I'm saying? That's your interpretation. That's the woman's interpretation of what that means. Does that mean if we don't, I don't get to be in this ad, or I don't get to be in this video, or I don't get to sing this song, or I don't get to do whatever? You see what I'm saying? Or does it really mean like, look, it's late, are we fucking or not? If not, you gotta go and I gotta get some sleep. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's really, really vague. You know what I mean?
I think it's made to be vague because how you answer is going to determine how it's going to go that way. Because if the same woman is like, well, if I don't sleep with you, what if she turns around and say, well, if I don't sleep with you, do I still get the role? You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't think those conversations always go like that. I'm pretty sure at some point with somebody, a woman gave pushback. Like, well, if I don't sleep with you, do I still get the ad? And then maybe the guy's like, I'm just saying there's a lot of women that want this ad like that. So it's definitely not the problem. The point of having power is so you put it out there and you kind of like, you can afford to be vague because you're the one that pushes the button.
Well,
and it's like,
or blunt, because from everything from the, I don't know Russell Simmons but from all of the interactions that weren't as scripted as they may look, he was a blunt person. So I can really see him saying, "Are we fucking or not? And if not, get the fuck out." I can see him saying that and really meaning that shit. Like, has nothing to do with nothing. Are we fucking or not? And if we're not, then get the fuck out so I can get some rest.
Or get somebody that's going to.
Yes. That is how power works.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that also can make a woman feel uncomfortable. You see what I'm saying? And is it a crime to make a woman feel uncomfortable?
I don't personally think it should be a crime just because there's no law connected to it. But for me, I personally think that's one of the worst things to do. I can't be around a woman that's not comfortable around me. If you're like, I've had times where I've cut dates and meetings and things short because the woman isn't comfortable. Because to me, nothing's worse than trying to touch a woman that doesn't want to be touched.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
It just within yourself, and that basically boils down to your own personal morals on how you're doing things. But I'm looking like, when a woman wants you to touch her, she's inviting, the vibe is there. But when she doesn't, but you still continue to touch, and she may not be saying no out of her mouth, but the body language is kind of like on edge and jumpy, you got to pull back because clearly they're uncomfortable. And this experience is not going to be good, you know what I'm saying, with that kind of feeling. Like, I'm telling you, like, I'm not saying I don't play perfect. Have I toted the line at times? I think most guys have, because we get technical. Let's keep it real. And I've never raped anybody. So I'm saying 100%, that. I'm not going and never raped anybody. But what I'm saying is this. A guy will get technical with, well, she never said no. And you're assuming, okay, boy, I'm still touching her. She never said no. Right. So you're kind of, well, if she really want me to stop, she would say no. But they're not taking the cues of her body, how she's moving. Because you have to recognize that, and I want this said before you go, you have to recognize that because you know exactly how a woman performs when she wants you to touch her.
But we're afforded that luxury because in those situations where we told the line, we were not in a position of power. You see what I'm saying? So we afforded the luxury of reading body language and things like that.
Well, what if I see what you're saying with the not a position of power. She drove to your crib. No, you drove her to your crib.
Yeah.
She lives maybe 35 minutes away.
Right.
She can't just leave because you got to take her home. That's a small level of power, and inside
you would be in a position of power then.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is, you can't take advantage of that situation as a man. You see what I'm saying? But when you are in a position of power, you are not afforded the luxury of nonverbal communication.
Yeah.
You have to have yeses and nos. You know what I mean? Which is why I think that you have to be a little more blunt. You have to say, hey, are we doing this?
So that's your thing. Your thing is, if you're in a position of power, more men should just be upfront about.
Oh, you have to.
Forget their intentions, your intentions.
100%.
Because that gives them the opportunity for it to go either way.
Yes.
I don't really talk like that, but are we fucking or not?
Right.
It has to be along those lines.
It has to be something like that. You have to get confirmation of what's going on. You have to make your intentions clear, because left up to interpretation,
it can change.
Everything sexual can be interpreted as inappropriate.
Yeah.
Because listen, when you with a woman, you gonna say some inappropriate things. You going to try some things. You going to touch some things, not knowing, seeing where it go. Like you said, you touch a woman, if they tense up, if they do something, like you can tell, or you're reading if she's liking this or not, if she feeling this. What if you read wrong? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when you're in a position of power, you don't have the luxury to read and to fill it out and to do those things.
But I think their minds are clouded by the power. And go on to the next thing after that. Their minds are clouded because if I've done this with 100 women, 98 of them have went the course. So those other two, the crazy things that sound, those other two, instead of guys thinking with discernment and being like, you know what, 2 out of the 98, out of the 100 really wasn't for it. No, it's more so, y'all better get on board, because all the rest of them got on board with what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? That's where the entitlement really kicks in crazily. So we'll see in a couple of weeks how this unfolds with Russell and Kimora.
I don't even think it'll unfold. I don't think much will come of it. I just didn't like it being played out publicly. I think it's family stuff. You know what I mean? I think I believe the daughter, he's a mean guy. He seems like a mean guy. I know he does yoga and is zen and all that stuff. But, I've seen him portrayed, a lot of leaders portrayed as straight to the point, mean. If you're not working for me right now, if this isn't working, get out of my face. Leave me alone. What are you doing? Cussing people out, just like I've seen Diddy do the same thing. I've seen many white leaders, Donald Trump, do the same thing. You fired, get out of here, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think that that's what it is. But sometimes it's hard growing up with an alpha male leader who takes no nonsense and is trying to get things done, especially when they got a chip on their shoulder when your mom took $250 million from them. The
thing about it, this one thing I did want to talk about before we moved on was the fact that you said a lot of people saying they don't like it played out publicly.
Yeah,
I used to say that, but I could personally say, fine, cool, don't play it out in public. But that's the world we live in now. That's just like, play this. This is the pushback I have for that a little bit. People want the old school values of life when it's convenient, but then don't realize the world that we live in now. The world we live in now, you don't need, play this, and I've talked about this before. A lot of people don't have people that they can just talk to and vent to. So social media is the world's biggest sounding board, because you don't have to take responsibility for what's being said fully.
Right.
So, for example, if you get the response that you want, oh, thank you for being in my corner. You don't. Well, I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about people in general. So things play out like that purposely. Like, we come from the era of keep it indoors, not this generation. Because if you don't have anybody to talk to, what's better than talking to hundreds of millions of people? You set a camera up and you just talk.
I totally disagree.
All right.
I think that, yes, this generation plays everything out on not everything out on the internet. It plays a lot of things out on the internet. I think it's totally unnecessary. And I think most serious things we don't get to see. I think we don't get to see a lot of stuff. I think when it comes to the internet, I think somebody's feelings hurt and they're making a bad decision. Mm-hmm. I think we don't get to see most things. I think this didn't just happen. I think this has been going on in their life for probably years now. And they brung it to the internet. You see, they didn't have to. Nobody has to.
But they want to. That's the whole thing. They think
they want to. They think they want to.
They want to because it's not pushback to what you said, but they want to because it's the response. I can curtail the response because if the response is in favor of me, then I'm going to take it. But if it's girl bye, yo, homie, shut up, then it's yo, I'm just talking about situations in life. I'm not talking about me. Then you don't have to take responsibility for it. It can be, man, I'm just voicing an opinion for the unsilent majority. You see what I'm saying? Like that. So,
I just think that the internet is an imaginary place where people get fake validation. Nothing. I just don't see it changing much in real life. You go to the internet. What is that going to do for Russell Simmons? What is going to change?
It's like everybody's nowadays. It's like now the internet. It's like we're all presidents and we all have approval ratings. That's pretty much what the internet is. Where is your approval rating in terms of the millions of people?
You don't. That's that.
Why do you think the barbs, the beehives, the whatever? This is why they exist, because it's you don't even have to fight your own battles because you have 100 million people. If you have one of those personalities and you're one of them, that they're just going to blindly defend you. You don't have to say anything back. You can test out the theory. Say something crazy about Beyonce. Say something crazy about Nicki. Say something crazy about Cardi B. Right now, Cardi B and Tasha K is going at it crazily. And she's getting loose. Like she's killing Offset. She done said some double entendres about Takeoff. Like she made one comment. She was like, oh, so this was the day that Takeoff took off. Like, I thought that was crazy.
It was crazy.
You see what I'm saying? But
it's on the internet.
You got people's on the internet, but you got people that are like, yo, she going crazy on them.
I understand. It's all fake. It's all fake. It's all imaginary to everyone. It doesn't. Nothing matters. Didn't Tasha K just get sued?
And she's like, I ain't got the money,
exactly. Because in real life, it doesn't matter. The internet does not matter in real life. And I think that people go on the internet and do all this stuff, and then they eventually understand that you can like put your phone down in real life. You can really put your phone down. I think that people think that they are way more important than they are. Everyone thinks that they're way more important than they are. That's why they post things publicly and let it sound off to the world. And then you realize really quickly that likes are frivolous and don't nobody really care about you, the person. You said something, you had a moment, and then it passed, and then you still stuck with you. Period. You still stuck with you. That doesn't mean anything.
I think the kids in this generation, they believe in the internet.
100%.
They swear by it because I talk to students and they be like, 100%. And they're like, well, if this happened, where's the video? That's the answer for everything. If this happened, where's the video? And we're older. We've never seen footage of Wilt scoring 100. But we like, our mentality is, this is history. Ain't nobody lying that this didn't happen. But this generation, if we don't see it on video, it didn't happen. But and this is the next generation that's coming up.
And my retort to that is, okay, but it did. If I seen it, you can't tell me something that happened didn't happen. If I seen it, it's okay that you don't believe me.
Okay,
that's fine. But it happened. Like if I did something, I did it. I don't need your validation. You're not important. That happened.
So what do you say about the people that acts of kindness being recorded? Because that's a big thing too. Like they record the act.
Yeah.
I used to think fully
it's clout chasing.
you're doing it for that. But I also believe it could be used as an example. But it's a thin line because
how you do it.
That boils down to the person viewing it, how they're going to view it.
Is it a social experiment or is it a random act of kindness? For example, a social experiment would be like the videos where you ask somebody a question or to do something, and if they get it, they do something right, then you reward them by giving them something, right? That's a social experiment. But to pull up on somebody and give them some money and record that is crazy. You could have just given the money. What are you recording it for? It's clout chasing. It's all it is. It's like, yo, you want to be known for doing something nice.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. Yeah, I just want to see what you're going to say because I actually have this rule for myself. Mm-hmm. If I don't know you, you can't walk up to me with your phone out on record.
It's crazy.
Because first off, and this is for anybody looking, if you run up on me and you got your phone out and I don't know you, I am 100% going to snuff you. Straight up and down, 100%. It's not about being the toughest guy. First off, I'm comfortable saying that because I've always been strike first type of person anyway. Mm-hmm. Win or lose, I'm striking first.
Right.
So my thing is this: if I don't know you and you walk up on me with a camera out, two things are going to happen. I'm going to snuff you. Then once you take the snuff, I'm probably wanting to beat you up. And the person that's recording, now they're in danger because now you got to post it.
Right.
Or I'm whooping your ass too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know it sounds like a lot being funny, but I'm so serious. Yo, I'm not going to say when, but you remember because we had this conversation. I mushed the nigga a couple of months ago because the nigga was playing. Came up on me. I didn't punch him. I probably should have, but I mushed him out my face. And then he was like, yo, I'm just playing. Don't play with me. You better off coming up to me and telling me, yo, we want to do this prank. Would you mind being in it? Right. Because, we got Ocean's View. I'm fine with content. I'm fine with it. You know what I'm saying? And if it's cool, let's do it together. Let's do some stuff together.
Right.
But when you don't know me, you walk up on me, so I mushed him. Yo, get out my face. It's like that. It could have went totally wrong. It could have went whatever. But I was willing to go there because I'm looking like, yo, you're not going to have me all on this internet looking crazy.
Right.
So my thing has always been, you want a show, we're going to have a show, but now I got to make a bigger show.
Yeah.
This is going to be Ocean View, the ass whipping version. Or whatever. And you going to post it all over the place.
It's the part I be talking about with the internet being crazy.
Yeah.
But back to...
what's up with your man Zion?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Go ahead.
Because our original joint was when you have a relationship and you kind of understand the roles and the boundaries in the relationship, everything is cool. But what I think happened to Zion is he understood the rules and the boundaries of the relationship, and the chick Moriah did not.
Let people know what's going on with that.
Oh, who don't? She just bugging. Like, she found out on the internet that he has another woman pregnant. He got another woman pregnant, and supposedly they together. You know what I mean? And he was supposed to be moving her out to New Orleans and be with her, be with Moriah. What's her name?
Moriah Mills. I think she's a porn star.
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't think she's a porn star. I know for a fact because I've had a few sessions with her. But, she's called her. Go ahead. I had a few sessions with her. Go ahead. But go ahead.
Hey, Moriah Mills, who Oshin had a few sessions with.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she was good. She was good. Tell you that shit. Ooh.
Hey, yeah. So she obviously was having some sessions with Zion because he was allegedly he was giving her $100,000 a month.
Oh, I believe it. Oh, I definitely
he
believe
was giving her $100,000 a month, and I think that's why she mad because he got
the water's getting cut off.
Yeah, And that 100 thing. He said he got her though. In the text, he said, "Yo, I got you.
Just shut up.
Just shut up. I got you."
But the problem is this: Moriah Mills is in her 30s.
Yeah.
When are we gonna start talking about how these women prey on these young boys, these young entertainers? Because, all right, Zion is from South Carolina. Shout out to SC. Everybody out there is not slow, but everybody out there doesn't have certain experiences. I'm pretty sure it's mad dudes out there that would have never happened to.
Other words, she seen him coming.
She saw him coming. Exactly. He was green. He went to Duke. Yo, all his life, he's got things because of what he can do on that court.
Yeah.
And he's not, I'm not going to say he's not special for that. He's no different than any other star that goes through the regimen of being a high school athlete and then going to be college. Yo, one of the craziest things with Zion that I didn't think of when it was LeBron. And there's been all kind of other number one picks. And this probably can go for all number one picks. That's got to be an ill feeling to know a year out of the draft, I'm going to be the number one pick.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is stay healthy. Stay healthy and play decent. Not even great.
Yeah.
I just got to play decent and stay healthy. I'm going to be the number one pick. I literally have millions of dollars waiting for me.
Yes.
That's a crazy level of responsibility. And when are guys like the Zions, the LeBrons, or just any of these super high draft picks, Victor Wembanyama and all these dudes, yo, these dudes are not virgins. They are getting women at their beck and call. But they're not getting them the way us guys that had to go through being rejected, you know what I'm saying, get accepted.
Yeah.
We got some lines we want to say, oh, that doesn't work. I got to scratch that from the... They're shooting 100% from the field. Right. Now, had there been some girls or young ladies that didn't mess with them? Yes. But for the most part, they knocking them down.
Moriah Mills said she gave this man head and he cried, yo.
That's what she said?
Yes. Like, yo, he there's no doubt in my mind he was getting chicks based on who he was, his status, playing basketball.
Yeah.
But Moriah Mills took him in deep water, and drowned that man. Like she took him in deep water. He was like, look, here go the 100 racks every month. You got it. Whatever. Yo, she was doing things to him that he didn't think was possible.
No, first of all, I'm pretty sure the threesomes and foursomes was crazy.
Yeah.
Because she ain't just locking that down with her moves. She got some moves. Like I said, she's good.
No, he might have been dealing with a couple white chicks and doing all this, you know.
And they might have been. What I'm saying is she's a porno chick. They going out. She's got hundreds of thousands. Yeah. She's got money at her disposal. He's looking.
And he's young and
he's young. He's inexperienced with life that way. And he's looking. They out at the spot. She like, oh, she got a fat ass, right? I'm going to go get her for you. He ain't got to do nothing. She's like, yo, he's like this. She's going to his ear. Look here, just go to the room. We'll be up there in a second. Walk in. There's no conversation. The chick already know what she coming through for. She might have let this nigga smash joints and she didn't even do nothing. She just sitting there letting them rock off.
But the crazy part...
that'll turn you out.
It will. But the crazy part is she acting like she in love with this man.
Because that guap is real. She looking like, yo, she want to retire from the porn shit. $100K a month will do that.
Yo, I think I just seen something on the internet. I don't know if it was real or not. It said she got his name tattooed on her face.
It's not real. It's not. I saw the video. Yo. I saw the video. It's not a permanent one because they clearly peeled off the thing.
It was crazy.
But it's crazy. Like this. I think the young man definitely needs a restraining order from her.
100%. Like she's bugging. Like this is going on like what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks now?
First off, the crazy thing is how she said she sent the tweet to the NBA saying, I got sex videos of him. I'm like,
that's so
okay. Like we told him these are our rules to play in our league. We didn't say that our players cannot have sex
100%
with women. Like, I don't even know where she wanted to go with that.
This is consensual sex.
Like, this is you didn't say he raped you.
Right.
You said I have sex tapes of him. And I know Adam Silver, he's Jewish and everything. He probably was like, word, send him. Let's inspect him. Right. And he's not getting rid of no Zion Williamson.
He was probably like, if they're anything like the other ones I saw, they're probably good.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying like that. Because Adam Silver done seen some shit. He done seen some shit. But I'm just saying, this is what happens when that water is about to get turned off. Because he's about to have a kid.
Yeah.
He's about to have a kid. Now, that kid is going to be good. The money is not even an issue for that.
Right.
But she's looking like, he can't be the other girl, the kid's mother. What are you doing? You got a kid now. You can't run around with this. You got to set an example. You can't be da-da-da-da-da.
I think he with her. Like, that's his girl.
Who, Moriah?
Nah, the other chick.
Girl.
Yeah. That's his girl. Like,
But guess what she's doing? Guess what she's doing? She's not talking nothing about her. She's not even feeding into the online stuff because she's got the key.
She got him.
She got him. He don't even have to say. He doesn't even have to tell her she has him. He already know. She already knows. I had the jackpot.
Yeah,
I had the jackpot.
It's a wrap, yo. Like, listen, I'm having your kid. Like, everything is everything. Everything is that you have, I have now. You know what I mean? Like, she happy that this chick is mad. You know what I mean? That mean you ain't with her. Mm-hmm. That mean we ain't got to split this bread up.
Yeah. So, Moriah Mills, I see you tonight. But, I'm just saying. Good time, I tell you that shit. Good time. Good time with her.
Hey. That's crazy, man. I don't even... What else we got on this list? I don't even think we got nothing else. That's crazy. I just need her to stop now, though. I just need Moriah to stop. It's been a long time. I think they banned her Twitter account or something like that.
Because she's doing too much. She's doing too much. She's making herself hot. And first off, hell have no fury as a woman scorned. Is that the saying?
Yeah, but I thought
is that how that works?
Understand, like, what's
her end game?
Yeah,
that's
what's
the thing.
that?
What's her end game?
My thing is this: what was he telling her? Because at first I'm like, she got him crazy, but now I'm like, dude, he got her crazy. What was he putting it down? Like, what's going on?
I'm not saying he wasn't putting it down. I don't know what he was doing. What I'm saying is this:
that money
is play this. From what I hear, that kind of money, this is the kind of shit that make you act this way. Because play this, whether he's King Dingaling or not, that ain't her thing. Cause she can. This is what she does, porn star. Like, she gonna run into niggas that's well and down and all this other shit. Yeah. What I'm saying is this, but them niggas ain't got that bread. Nah. And that point this 100. This thing, let's just break that down for a second. $100K a month. We're not talking after taxes. Yeah. $100K a month.
1.2.
That you literally just, you don't even have to claim that on taxes. This is a gift. He gave me $100K a month.
1.2 a year.
And that's just chilling. Money. That's chilling. Yo, your lifestyle is totally different. She done probably got a new crib. He done probably bought a crib. Like, you got to maintain this stuff. You're supposed
to be moving her down to New Orleans.
How about this? If she probably would have just shut up, everything would have still been everything. Even with him having a kid.
She wouldn't have got the 100, though. She might have got 20.
He got, well, hold up. You know what? I disagree. I think she still gets the 100.
Oh, hell no.
I'm going to tell you why. All right, listen. Zion is going to make upwards of 280-some million his next contract.
Nah, not if he don't play.
Well, that's don't play this. That's a story for another day. And that's a basketball. Let's talk about that. Going off of his status. That's all we said. I know what you said because I don't want to confuse who's watching.
Right.
So let's just say he's playing. He is who he is. Everything's going fine. He's one of those guys that would get that kind of money.
You're right, but you got to factor that in because he probably won't get that kind of money. Like, he's factoring that in. Like, I might not get that kind of money.
Okay.
So I got to slow down. I can't give you $1.2 million a year.
So for 5 years, you know what I mean? 5 years. So what if he just paid him $5 million up front?
Nah, that's too much money, man. It's too much money.
Okay,
like,
I'm just saying,
I got a kid coming. Like, no, that's too much money.
First off, I'm not giving no chick no 100,000 that ain't my wife. Like that's crazy.
Listen,
and I'm not giving my wife 100,000. Like you just gotta access.
Right.
The shit. You gotta access the shit. You can do.
Who's
some
getting
things
100,000? Nobody's getting that from me.
Yeah, facts.
What are you doing?
That's paid off type of money.
Yeah.
That's lawsuit paid off type of shit. So Zion, you know, keep your lady that you got over there happy. You got a child coming, and hope you actually get better physically so you can continue to play. Word. But I'm gonna need some of y'all OG NBA dudes or somebody to get into this young boy's ear.
Please.
Because these young boys is gonna go broke messing with these porn stars. And that's that. So this is another episode of Oshin's View. Willie Negro on the boards. See you later.
Peace.